Hi, this is Suzanne Sheehan with the GoMRI Research Information System team, and I will briefly explain the various sections of your quarterly activities report. This video is an update of the initial administrative webinar recorded on January 2016. I will mainly focus on the publications, presentations, participants, and student sections of your activities report. These sections provide the RIS team with information on your participants and students, including their publications and presentations, which are entered for display on the GoMRI website. But your grant administrator can assist you at any time should you have questions, and the GridC team can assist you with questions regarding the data sections. Here are some helpful hints to avoid common submission errors. Please be sure to use the updated quarterly reports returned to you for each quarter. These reports reflect our processing notes, updates between quarterly reports, and are cumulative in nature for the current year. Please review yellow highlighted cells. They will indicate missing information or contain notes for your review. Also notice cells with a red triangle at the upper right corner, as they contain instructional comments. These will be located in some of the section column titles or within one of the yellow highlighted cells. To access the comments, please place your cursor over the cell for a pop-up box of text. Be sure to enter new information and updated information on your report in red text. This will distinguish them from previous entries and ensure your data are up to date. Most importantly, please review the detailed instructions at the top of each section. Most sections contain a notes column, which is located at the very end, and this is for us to communicate, and we will highlight those in yellow. Here are the various sections of your report: cruises, workshops, publications, presentations, participants, students. All individual projects will have this type of outreach section. For the consortia, their section is a little bit different in that we've added an additional column. Data and data training. For cruises and workshops, please read the instructions at the top of each section. We'll go on to the publications. It is very important to enter only published or accepted peer-reviewed items. This includes in-press or online early editions and are usually journal articles, books, and book chapters. Note: for newspaper, magazine, technical reports, and web publications, please enter those under the Outreach section. Only submit a student's dissertation or thesis if it has been submitted to a journal. If it has not been submitted to a journal, please enter that information in the Students section. If you have any questions regarding GoMRI and data attribution requirements, you may click this link to go to the GoMRI website. If you have any questions regarding your data compliance, we have listed the link up here. You can click that and it will take you directly to GridC's data compliance page. Please enter the following information for your publication: the publication citation, if any of the authors are students, the publication DOI, and we would like to know the status of the publication, which can be entered here. Just click on the cell, the down arrow, and then pick and choose whether it is a published publication or if it is accepted, in-press, or online. Regarding associated data sets, this refers to data sets submitted to GridC. If for any reason there is no data associated with this publication, please review the reasons for no data being used and identify that where you would normally be placing a DOI. For synthesis-related publications, and synthesis is defined as a seminal paper for the field, one that moves the field forward and/or one that looks to the future, please enter a Y for yes and N for no. Please mark all the associated themes regarding this publication here. A link to the publication should go here. If you would like to submit a PDF of your publication, you may do so at publications@gomri.org. Final section is notes, where we can communicate regarding your publication. For the presentations and posters section, please only submit oral presentations and posters presented at scientific meetings. Scientific meetings are events that have an abstract submission, review, and selection process. For all other meetings, invited lectures, public forums, workshop presentations, academic department meetings, please enter those items in Outreach. Regarding your entry, please list the authors in the first column here. And we would like to ask that you please use the format that we have required. Note, we match all GoMRI researcher and student authors to each oral and poster presentation. Please format all authors as shown, which is required by the RIS matching software. Doing so ensures that your authors and projects are matched to these presentations and properly displayed on the GoMRI website. Please be sure to double check that all authors are properly formatted prior to submitting the next report. That format requires last name, comma, space, first initial, period, second initial, period, if there is a second initial, and a semicolon separating each name. Please do not add the "and" before the last author listed. Next, we ask if any of the authors are students, the title of the presentation or poster, whether it's oral or a poster, the presenter's name. If that presenter is a student, please mark Y for yes and N for no. The full name of the conference or scientific meeting, the dates of the meeting, the location. Please mark all the themes that apply to this presentation. And we have a notes section. For the participants section, please list your participants within the roles that we have categorized here, which are principal investigator, co-principal investigator, data point of contact, the outreach point of contact, research scientists, postdocs, research staff, data team, and administrative staff. We do understand that in some cases, people will hold more than one role, such as a principal investigator may also be on the data team or may even be the data point of contact. If that's the case, please submit them in both of those roles. Also, in some cases, you may have a student that is also perhaps an administrative staff. If so, please enter them in both the student and the participants sections. The first column here is the end date. This is the date that the person's service has ended. This allows us to keep a total count of all the people who have ever worked on the project, while also allowing us to keep track of active project members. So this date is not anticipated end date. This is actually the end date of when that person has left the project. Also, this is a start date, which is obviously the beginning date of the person's service. We request last name, first name, middle name or initial, email address, institution, department, and then of course we have notes that we can discuss things. For the students section, please list the students, their educational role, and several other pieces of information. Same thing with the end date, same thing with the start date. We have students that are PhDs, master's level, undergraduate, and in some cases we have high school students. Please enter the last name, first name, middle name or initial, email address. We do request that you get a non-university address. That enables us to contact the student in the future to see if their tenure with the GoMRI program has assisted them in any way. The institution, the department, and then we do require these additional ones: supervisor, their expected completion year of the program they're in, thesis or research, and a link to their dissertation or thesis. And then, of course, some notes to go through together. The next section we'll discuss is outreach, and we have separate sections based on whether it is an individual project report or a consortia report. We will first go over the individual outreach section for individual projects. For these, please list the products created and activities organized specifically for a public, educational, or stakeholder audience. For example, websites, videos, social networking pages, educational materials, and educational activities are of particular interest. For each one of these items, please enter outreach product or activity with the dates, partners in the activity, deliverables, target audiences, number of people impacted, impacts and outcomes, and a link to the item if it is available. We'll move on to the outreach consortia. In that case, we also have a GoMRI outreach archive column. This would be for the products and activities similar to what was listed on the individual projects. However, if you have identified a product or resource for the Education and Outreach Archive on the GoMRI Education website, we would like you to please email an archivable version of the product or activity, such as a Word document, PDF, PowerPoint, MP4 video, of the item along with a completed submission template, and send both of those to outreach@gomri.org. Please click the link right here, which will take you to the website that has a copy of the template. Please download it and save it to a file, open it, and you may then access the template to add your information regarding the product or resource. And you will find on page 3 some information and criteria regarding that type of a product that we're looking for to add to the education site. The rest of the questions are similar to the one before and pretty easy to determine what you need to fill out. So please list all of your products and activities, and those that you would like to archive, mark them yes, send in the archivable version and the template to outreach@gomri.org. I would suggest that you use the same naming convention on both of those items so we keep them together. Our next section is data, and the data section will give you the status of your data sets, and it is updated each quarter by Grid C. Final section is data training. The data training section records fulfillment of training requirement. It is only for RFP6 consortia and individual projects. It is updated every quarter by Grid C. This concludes the quarterly activities report update. If you have any questions regarding your activities reports, contact your grant administrator or Grid C. Thank you.